Actually, today we're here with Dan Carter. And Dan, you were born in the UK, right? How did you find your way to this little fishing village at the bottom of Africa?
Oh my gosh, everyone always asks me how I ended up here and I have no good answer for you. I came here when I was 17.
Okay.
I always wanted to move here for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. And
did you hear about South Africa when you were a child?
My grandmother, yeah, she used to talk about South Africa a lot. She was
Was
big
she here?
No, but she was like big into the ANC campaigning in the UK. So yeah, I heard her stories and then I wanted to come. And when I arrived, I was like, this is the first place that really feels like home.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, 10 years later, I was still here.
But tell me, where is home at the moment? Because I heard that you moved to Paris or to France, right?
Yes, yeah, about 2 years ago now, I made the move to Paris. Tried like winter, I survived October and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. So normally winter, I will either come back to Cape Town or go to Senegal. And then the rest of the year, I'm in Paris, which is a big contrast to my life in Cape Town. And to adjust to being in a city with no ocean is really hard for me. To adjust to a new language, a new culture, somewhere I didn't know anybody, but I learned you can learn to love anywhere. And I think it took me about 1.5 years, but I learned to love Paris and to find like home there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you go? Was it?
I think just the opportunities in my field, in fashion photography. Paris is the place to be.
Totally.
And I thought, well, I wasn't 30 yet, so I thought before I'm 30, it's time to make those like bold decisions. And yeah, I knew it was a space where I could grow and get better. And yeah, it's been really good for that, a big challenge.
Because I saw some of your work and some of them looked like actually South African clothing designers, like the Makosa range. Did they consign you to go there, or how did that all happen?
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
It was really great because I first shot Makosa, I think it was 2 years ago. It was like my first season in Paris. And it was their first Paris Fashion Week.
Wow.
So it was amazing to have like this brand from back home.
Right. Are they Cape Townian based?
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg,
yeah. And it was like such a nice synergy of like, this is my first fashion week and this is theirs. And to be able to shoot them in my new home and have a taste of my old home, it just felt like my worlds were colliding in a really beautiful way.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How did photography become your outlet?
It's been a while now. It's been like 10 years, so I can't remember. But I just think when I had started shooting a bit before I moved here, but when I moved here, I felt like one of the things that I felt like compelled to do was just storytelling, and I didn't really mind how I did it. Photography just happened to be like the most accessible outlet for me. I felt like there was so much room for stories to be told here. And like I just saw so much beauty and I wanted to show it to the world.
So if a client comes to you, what is the creative process? Do you research, or is it a feeling, or how do you?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. I think what's nice is, in general, the work you put out is the work you receive. And so I think the clients that come to me in general, I'm really lucky because it's clients who do care about storytelling and want to have some story that will resonate with people seeing the imagery. And so it's often a case of working with them with their brief to kind of establish like what story you're trying to tell, because even if you're trying to sell something, you sell a story. You don't sell if you're selling a fragrance, you're selling the smell, you're not selling the bottle. You know, so like what is it about this smell? How can you capture that smell to entice people to then go? It's a process, you know. So for me, I'm lucky to have clients who care about storytelling.
Yeah, you've got some really good clients, you know, Montblanc and Birkenstock, and so it's looked at through some of those things. And how easy is it to shoot in Cape Town, sort of just to go to the beach, you know, rock up and shoot? Do you have some problems there?
I thought it was easy. You know, I did have an issue the other day. Where somebody was asking, somebody who was not an official anybody, it was not Sam Parks or anything, who was part of production, asking me like, telling me I can't shoot there, asking me for this, that, and the other. I'm like, you know what? Don't make it difficult for young creatives. There's already such a barrier to entry into photography, to afford the gear, to be able to find people you can shoot with, you know, especially for young up-and-coming
And this was just a
photographers.
test shoot. It was not even
Yeah,
for
exactly.
a client.
Of course, if you have a job, then of course you're going to
get the permits and
you're
stuff.
going to do things properly. But
Yeah.
if you are shooting for fun, if you are trying to
Totally.
get creative, like you should be in like creatives and people in the industry should make it as easy as possible and as accessible as possible for other creatives to be able to practice and to learn and to have fun.
Absolutely.
And so I'm like, we in the industry should not be putting more barriers. There's already enough barriers.
And there's no reason to be rude about anything, right?
Oh my
you know,
gosh,
you can
no.
just,
You can, there's always a nice way to say stuff.
there's always a nice way to say
And if
stuff.
you're in the way of a production, of course you're gonna move, you're gonna be as accommodating as possible.
Yeah.
But like we were definitely not in the way, and yeah, that rubbed me up the wrong way.
That's sad to hear. And tell me, like, also as a photographer in this world where you don't have an agent, how do you protect yourself from, you know, people just canceling on you? Do you have like a form that they fill in, or 50%? Because
Yeah.
it's quite tricky in a world that. Do you find it cutthroat, or do you find it quite warm? Just
I think
what's your
when
experience?
you are without representation, if you're doing everything yourself, the most important thing is nothing is confirmed until you've got a 50% deposit and you've got a
Okay.
signed contract. And you either learn that from someone else or you learn it the hard way.
Right.
And I definitely had to learn it the hard way.
Okay.
But yeah, now it's just it's just part of the process now.
Okay.
It's very formal and
Yeah.
you feel safe, and then you feel safe to then put in as much effort and as much work as you can,
Yeah.
because you know this job is confirmed, so you're going to give it everything.
Yeah.
You don't kind
Put
of
the
just
research in.
half-heartedly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then once it's confirmed, you can give it everything.
Yeah. In France must be quite difficult. I mean, where do you get that outdoors in France? Do you hop over to Morocco? Because you've shot in Morocco quite a bit as well.
Yes, I have. You can, like the southwest of France has some good surf,
Okay.
which I tried this summer.
Okay.
And you can jump on a train. Like what is nice with Europe is you are so accessible, and even for photography, there are so many spots, so many locations and flights within Europe, even
Yeah.
transport within Europe is really affordable
Yeah.
actually. So it's once you're there, you have so many options and locations at your doorstep,
Okay.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
Same for whether you want to get to the ocean or whatever. It makes the world feel a bit small. Cape Town can feel far sometimes when you're
it
here.
is far. How do the stills industry in Cape Town compare to, say, international world like France? Do you feel like we are on par, or?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the production, the level, I always tell clients, because my goal is like, we want those clients, we want to bring them back here.
Absolutely.
You know, and I always tell them the production here, the capabilities of production here is like world class.
Amazing.
It's really, really interesting when you go overseas and you realize like what we have here in terms of not just production, but in terms of location, in terms of creatives, it's on par.
Okay, that's
it really
really
is.
great.
Yeah.
And just to end off, like if you are a new photographer and you want to start out, would there be any advice you would give someone in this? How do you start? Like,
It's really hard to start, you know, it's easy to say pick up a camera, but so many people don't have access to a camera. So I think like at least now with social media, just reach out to the creatives that inspire you.
right.
Send messages after messages, because at some point they will see.
Yeah.
And something like I really care about, especially when I'm shooting here, is like if I have the opportunity to bring someone onto set, I will try and do that. If someone has been asking, they want to just learn or come and just see how it is, I will always try my best to make that possible.
Thank you so much.
I always come here when maybe I'm not feeling very inspired, or I just want to shoot something, and a walk around here, there's always a new room or a new house. And you see me, I walk away with a door and this whatever I can find. And yeah, this space is so good for me to be
Thank
able
you.
to feel inspired and to feel
Yeah.
creative and like very grounding. And yeah, I'm really
Nice.
grateful for it. So thanks
Thank
for
you,
having me.
Dan. Yes.